How many of you at some point have built an email template? Okay. And how many of you have enjoyed building that email template? It's rough, right? You have all this super verbose table markup, all these rules specific to different clients. Debugging is a pain, yet it's important, right? Our businesses rely on them, people read them. And so it behooves us as a community to make the process more smooth and reliable. And I think that React is a great tool to do this. I think it's a great tool to deal with legacy systems in general for many reasons. The most important, I think, in this case being that it allows us to raise red flags early. I think a lot of the problems that come from email development come from the fact that it feels like a black box and feedback comes too late. Here's one red flag that we are all familiar with. Because React is just JavaScript, we have this whole ecosystem of linters and transpilers at our backs to ensure that we never write malformed code. Here's another one that we're all very familiar with. Prop type validation. Super useful, right? Tells us what's wrong, how to fix it, where to go for more information. How awesome would it be to have something like that for emails, right? All these, especially with all these rules out there, something that tells you what's wrong, how to fix it, and where to go for more information. I know, this is just one example. There are like tons and tons of more egregious examples. Like Outlook 2013 will add minimum height of 15 pixels to empty TD elements. Like stuff that, I don't know that. It's not meaningful knowledge. So here's where OI comes in. OI is a open source project that I released that provides all of these validations all in one place in a list that's constantly growing and exposes them via these OI components. These OI components provide these prop type validations. They also allow for rendering HTML4 attributes, which React doesn't have obvious support for right now, which is good. It's a good thing. And then the story is very familiar to anyone. You build higher level components out of smaller ones. Except now you have a level of confidence that you didn't have moments ago. So you have your header component, you take your header component, you build up welcome email component, you take your welcome email component, you stick that into render to static markup, and out comes a spit of HTML. We're not done, right? We have to actually put that into a HTML document before we can send it out. And so that's where OI helps out again. With OI.render template, you have a nice default email-friendly document, HTML document that you can inject your content into. So you pass it title, your body content, preview text, so that 100 characters, so a string you see at the beginning of email client, and then any head CSS. So a media query would be a good example of that. And then you get your HTML, and you can do that whatever you would like, whether that's send that off, in this case, return a response, good for development, save that as files in file storage somewhere, send it off to a third party, whatever you want. That's the API. It's you build up your OI components, or you build up your email template with OI components, which are validated against best practices, and you finally render your template with OI.render template. I wanted to wrap up by saying that React can be used for some pretty awesome things, some very forward-looking things. I also think it can be used to deal with legacy systems, systems that our world relies on in smarter ways. I think email is just one of these examples. I think Draft.js was another great example. And so I'd encourage us as a community to think about this more. How can we move forward by revisiting the past? Thanks.